Hello everyone and welcome back another episode of Polytalk. I am your host and today we are diving deep into what might be the most consequential fallout in the history of modern technology. It has drama, billions of dollars, lawsuits, and future of human civilization hanging in the balance. I'm talking about in public, bitter, and profoundly philosophical war between Elon Musk and Sam Altman. Today, they stand as archetypal rivals of the Silicon Valley AI race. Musk, the billionaire icon last, warning us the AI could destroy humanity, and Altman, the poised CEO of OpenAI, driving the commercial engine that brought ChatGPT into our daily lives. But it wasn't like this. To understand how we got here, we had to look past the Twitter beefs and the legal feelings. We need to look at the time when these two men weren't rivals at all. They were partners with a shared idealistical dream, saving humanity from its own technology. Let's wind the clock back to 2015. Artificial intelligence evolving, but it's mostly locked behind the closed doors of tech giants like Google, which had recently acquired the British AI lab. DeepMind. Elon Musk was terrified. He genuinely believed, and still believes, that if a single profit-driven corporation achieved artificial general intelligence (AGI) and is smarter than humans, it could become an immortal dictator. Enter Sam Altman, then the brilliant young president of the startup incubator Y Combinator. Altman shared Musk's anxious but offered a proactive solution. Why not build counterweight together alongside brilliant minds like Ilya Sutskever and Greg Bracken? They founded OpenAI in December of 2015. The original promise was beautifully idealistic. It was a non-profit research lab. The word open was literal. They promised to open source their research, share their code with the world, and explicitly state that they will not seek financial gain. Their sole charter was to ensure that AGI benefits all of humanity. Musk bankrolled the operation in its infancy, pouring tens of millions of dollars into it. For a brief moment, Musk and Altman were dynamic due to tech ethics, but idealisms often shatter, and they hit the harsh reality of competing power. By 2018, the cracks began to show. Training massive AI models requires an astronomical amount of money. We're talking about billions of dollars just to pay for the supercomputers and electricity. OpenAI's nonprofit structure, relying on the donations, simply couldn't keep up with Google's deep pockets. Musk saw the writing on the wall. His solution? He proposed taking the total control of OpenAI and merging it with Tesla to use Tesla's resources. Altman and other co-founders said no. They felt hostile takeover would violate the core spirit of the lab. Because of this rejection, Elon Musk walked away in February 2018, cutting off his funding and stepping down from the board. Officially, it was framed as a conflict of interest with Tesla's own AI development, but behind the scenes, the bridge had been burned. Now, left without Musk's billions, Sam Altman had to make a choice. Let OpenAI starve or change the rules of the game. In 2019, Altman made the most controversial move in a company's history. He created a capped profit subsidiary inside OpenAI. This allowed them to attract massive commercial investment, most notably a multi-billion-dollar partnership with Microsoft. To Musk, this was the ultimate betrayal. The non-profit lab he founded to save the world from corporate monopolies had just partnered with one of the biggest corporate monopolies on Earth. Fast forward to late 2022, OpenAI released ChatGPT. The world changed overnight. Suddenly, OpenAI is no longer a quiet research lab. It's a global powerhouse, valued at over $80 billion. As OpenAI shifted further away from open source, keeping their latest model like GPT-4 completely secret, Musk's public criticism turned into a legal war. Musk filed a massive lawsuit against OpenAI and Sam Altman. His argument? Breach of contract. Musk claims that Altman and Microsoft have essentially hijacked a non-profit dedicated to humanity and turned into a proprietary closed-source cash cow for Microsoft. Musk famously tweeted that OpenAI had become closed AI. But let's look at this objectively. OpenAI's defense is simple. They argued there was never a formal binding funding agreement contract. Furthermore, Altman argues that to build safe AGI, you need to broad-based infrastructure, which requires billions that only the commercial sector can provide. They even released old emails from Musk showing that back in 2018, Musk himself agreed that OpenAI needed to raise billions and the non-profit structure wasn't going to cut it. What makes this history perfect for Pilot Talk isn't just a personal drama, it's the underlying philosophical and political question. This is a clash between two completely different views on how humanity should handle its most dangerous invention. On one side, you have the open source, decentralized camp championed by Musk, who has since launched his own AI company XAI and open sourced his model Grok. This camp believes that AI is too dangerous to be controlled by a few elite tech companies. They argue that if everyone has access to the code, humanity can collectively defend itself and keep power decentralized. On the other side, you have the closed source centralized camp, represented by Altman and OpenAI. Their philosophy is that AI is dangerous, that you cannot give the code to everyone. Imagine open sourcing the blueprints for a nuclear weapon. Bad actors could abuse it instantly. Altman argues that AI must be carefully guarded, tested behind the closed doors, and rolled out gradually under strict corporate and governmental oversight. Both arguments have immense merit, and both carry catastrophic risks. As we look at the situation today, the rivalry shows no signs of shutting down. Musk is pushing XAI to compete directly with ChatGPT, while Altman continues to navigate the intense geopolitical and economic pressure of leading the AI revolution. What started as a shared mission between two visionary friends in 2015 has evolved into a global chess match. It reminds us that technology is never just about lines of code. It's shaped by human ego, financial realities, and fundamentally differing worldviews. Whose vision of the future do you trust more? Musk's decentralized, open source world or Altman curated corporate let's deployment? Let me know your thoughts in comments below. Thank you for listening to today's episode. And as always, keep talking, keep analyzing, and stay curious. See you next time.